Welcome back to Village Hair Studio Tutorials. I'm here with Olivia. We just gave her a haircut and a quick blowout. This is the type of haircut you would ask for if you were looking for something really versatile, something that still allowed you to put your hair up but was really soft around the face. So this would be very long layers. The hair started out a little bit heavy, but we put seamless layers into it. So it just has a really beautiful flow and a really nice balance. It's also a super easy haircut to maintain. Now we're going to do a little bit of curling and a little bit of styling. I have loaded this hair up with heat protection in the form of Living Proof Flex Hairspray. Now I'm going to give it some durability by putting some Living Proof PhD dry shampoo at the root. This way Olivia's hair is going to look fantastic tomorrow. This hair does not love to curl, so I'm going to use a flat iron. I'm going to take it a little curlier than I ideally want it to be, but I really want this hair to look fantastic for tomorrow. Separating the hair, shaking my product, spraying it right at the root, and then really working the product into the scalp as if you were washing the hair. I've shown this many times before, but there's always somebody who asks about using dry shampoo. Now, I also use dry shampoo as a styling product. I like how it gives a little bit of a lift off of the scalp without creating too much volume. What we're looking for in this hairstyle today is going to be some movement and also some durability. So where the hair tends to show when the style gets a little bit older is around the face, behind the ears, and in through the nape. And then working that product into the root as if you were washing the hair. Before I start in with my iron, I'm going to give the hair a bit of a brush. And just a little note on using these wet brushes. If you notice your hair is a little bit extra tangly, if you were to hold the brush upright, the channels run evenly. So if you're having trouble using the brush this way, just simply flip the hold. I know it's a little bit unfair because this is fantastic hair. It really makes me look like a good hairdresser.
You are.
It's all in the model, let me tell you. Okay, iron is hot. Superstition, I never do my first curl around the face. I like to do that first curl somewhere behind the ear. I take a fairly big section. Actually, today I'm going to do things a little bit differently. I'm going to take this hair in sections. So starting behind the ears. Now I also want to be a little bit careful with my clips because I don't want to be leaving a mark in the hair. So a little gentle here. Oh, maybe too gentle. There we go. Fairly big vertical section that I smooth out with my fingers. Get the iron in. I'm going to curl this section towards the back. Starting at the mid shaft, actually a little bit higher than that, and leaving the ends straight. Starting the curl a little bit closer to the root for a bit of volume, and really dropping it out when I get to the bottom. I'm looking for movement back here, not too much curl. I'm going to take the hair a little curlier around the face because I really want this to look great for tomorrow. And using my fingers to smooth out the section. And dropping out those ends. While the hair is hot, a little bit of hairspray to help set that curl. I've dropped this bottle so many times, but it lives. A lot of hairdressers have the dropsies. I've broken many blow dryers from dropping them. I recently, well actually a few years ago, switched over to the Amika Immortal dryer, and I have to say I'm extremely happy with it. It has a tendency to bounce when I drop it. This is a very good thing. Same idea back here, taking this section, fanning it out with my fingers, starting to go a little bit curlier now as I'm working up the scalp. Now I'm also taking the hair a little bit elevated as I curl and dropping those ends out. I want a little bit of a boho look, a little bit undone. Elevating the hair as I pull the iron through and allowing it to drop out. I gain a little elevation. And this time I'm taking those ends all the way through, because this hair is not going to fall at the bottom. And I've already got my straight ends. So now I'm going for a little bit more curl, because that will help give the hair a little bit of extra longevity. Letting the curl dry in its curl formation and cooling it down really fast with just a little shot of hairspray. If you've sat in my chair, I know you've heard a lot of this before, but it's always worth repeating. Again, elevating, slight twist to the iron, and again, I'm working higher up here, so I'm taking the curl all the way through to the end. And actually, I'm just pretending to spray it. I just want the smell. As I am coming up a little bit higher, I'm also starting to take finer and thinner sections. Again, this way I'm getting curl all the way up the hair and all the way up the hairstyle. I'm going to encourage Olivia to sleep in a twisty bun tonight. So twisting the hair in a big ponytail and then twisting it around itself, holding it with a big scrunchie, is going to serve this hair really well overnight. Also, a silk or satin pillowcase that is specifically designed to help hold the hairstyle. Those pillowcases also happen to be good for your wrinkles as well, apparently. But I really like them. They do tend to create less friction and therefore hold the hairstyle in a little bit longer. I've used Olivia before as a model for curls, and you'll notice because we've cut the hair and we've given some layers to the hair, you'll see that the curl is a little bit more evenly distributed because we do have a few more layers in the hair. I'm able to get a curl a little higher up because we have some really soft, seamless layers. And again, I'm going to take that curl all the way through, mostly because I really want this hair to live well overnight. And here we go. I've got a big section. You can see that there's a gap in that hair. That's telling me that should be 2 sections. So we'll start at the top first. Sometimes we let the hair tell us what to do. And let's switch it up. This piece, I'm going to curl forward. That's a little bit 90s, but there's so much good things about the 90s. That was poor grammar. There's so many excellent things about the 90s. Let's see what happens with that piece forward. And now I have a little bit of a triangular section. I'm going to take that right down the middle. These pieces are going to get curled back, starting the curl fairly close to the root, curling all the way through to the ends. Again, that's because I want this hair to last until tomorrow. Normally, if Olivia were going out tonight, I would leave those ends a little bit straighter. And again, this hair just makes me look like a good hairdresser. It's fabulous hair. Although it doesn't like to curl. It needs a little persuasion from a bottle. And you know that if we colored this hair, it would be a beautiful caramel shade gold, a bit of a golden blonde. However, it is natural and beautiful all on its own. And really, all Olivia needs to do to have beautiful highlights is go south for a week.
Wish I could.
Yeah. Cost a whole lot more than getting highlights at the salon, but it might be a whole lot of fun. It'll be more fun, actually. That's really nice. And now, again, I've kind of stopped. But I want to give that a quick shot, and I want to give this a shot too. Remembering that I have one of my curls, which is right behind the front bang area. That curl went forward. I'm going to do that again on this side. Now we let it sit. I do also want to create a little bit of height. Not height, but hair that doesn't stick to the scalp. So I'm going to use a little bit of Vandal. I'm just going to lift the roots up right in through this area. Give a little spray. This is almost like a powder hairspray. Best part. Gorgeous.